Good evening, everyone. If you have a question, raise your hand and we'll come to you. I think we'll kick off with Tom from Football London.
Hello.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. After the Wolves game, you weren't happy with the performance. A week later, how are you happy with the response the players have given you tonight?
Well, very happy with the result, with big parts of the performance against a team that very difficult to beat, really well organized. They can really stress you in the way they play. The game can become chaotic. We didn't allow that happening, except of one sequence of 2 corners and 1 throw-in after we kicked the ball out of play. And in the second half we have 3 massive chances to put the second goal or the third one. We didn't do it, and you can suffer at the end. We didn't, because we haven't conceded anything, but overall the margins maybe they could have been bigger.
And just on Victor, naturally we've been talking about how much he's been spoken about in recent weeks, so for him to get the crucial goal must lift the whole weight off his shoulders.
Yes, very happy for him. They took ownership on the pitch between Martin, Bukayo and him to decide who was the taker, and they made a great decision because Victor put the ball in the back of the net.
Sam, Telegraph.
Hi, Mikel. Just a word on Declan Rice. I know we ask about him every week, but it's another very impressive performance.
Unbelievable. Yeah, his all-around play, his leadership on the pitch, the amount of balls that he regained as well that allowed us to run has been incredibly consistent this year again. And what a massive place for us he is.
Do you feel at all that your team was a little bit lucky not to concede a penalty with the Saliba and the Barry incident?
I know they checked it. I haven't seen the image. I haven't seen even our penalty as well. So I don't know. They made a decision. We are all involved in a lot of situations in the box, so I don't want to really comment too much on that.
Isan, Daily Mail.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
What were your thoughts on Martin Odegaard obviously gifting the penalty to Gyökeres? It kind of...
Great decision.
It not finished yet. It kind of had similarities to September 2023 when he gave Havertz the ball and then
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth, yes,
Yeah.
and he obviously scored. Does that kind of show the selflessness of the captain and going out of his way to help a player under scrutiny?
Yes, I agree with that, and as well the confidence on the player, because obviously he practices every day and he's unbelievable at it, and he put the ball in the back of the net. So I love when players take ownership and decide by themselves what is the best decision. That's something really positive.
And what were your thoughts on Martin's performance, particularly in the second half? He seemed to grow into the game a bit more with his passing.
Yeah, he was much more vertical as well. We find some spaces. We find him to have more vertical attacks as well. The moment they started to be a bit more aggressive in their press, and in those moments we should have decided the game a bit early.
Mikel, this is the third time in 4 years you're going to be top at Christmas. What gives you confidence and belief that this time will be different and you can go on and win the title?
No, what it gives me belief and confidence, the level of performance and the consistency of that. I mean, that's very, very difficult to do in this league, and that means that the team is constantly there, and nothing. Enjoy the process of winning, and you're going to have to go to difficult places, you're going to have difficult moments. We have dealt with a lot of things already, and we are there. And what we want to do, work for the next game, try to improve and make sure that everybody is with that spirit and energy and enjoying that.
Art, Athletic.
Hi, Mikel. You mentioned a couple of times there the margins could have been bigger. Is that something you felt as a theme throughout these kind of recent games? Because it seemed that games have been a bit tighter than maybe they needed to be.
Yes, but okay, you hit the post twice, with players that normally in those positions they're going to put the ball in the net. But it's what it is. We have to try, we have to continue. The more we insist, the more would happen and the margins will be bigger. And that's what we have to try to do.
And a few times when you've got to this period of the season, I remember a couple of seasons ago you mentioned ball speed being really important. I was just wondering how you felt that's been in these games, especially in the first half here before the penalty. How did you feel your team were moving the ball?
Yeah, at the end you have to dominate the tempo of the game. In order to do that, you have to understand what the game requires, when you have to play really fast, when you have to slow the game down. If you provoke the things that you want to provoke with the ball, is right, but sometimes when you have to be more incisive, more aggressive, you have to speed up the game. And today we have moments that we read that really well, and other times that we were a bit hesitant to make the right decision, and that's something that we can improve.
And finally, Matt from The Standard.
Hi, Mikel. What was the difference, you think, in the approach in terms of seeing out the lead this week in what was fairly comfortable compared to last weekend against Wolves?
Well, against Wolves, we generated many more entrances in the box, and when we review the match, the amount of situation that we have overloads in the box and the ball doesn't arrive into the right spot, it was unbelievable, and without really considering nothing till the last cross. Again, the margin should have been bigger, but that's what we have to do. Learn while we are winning.
Okay, guys. Thanks
Before I leave, guys, I want to congratulate everybody at this football club at Everton. Everybody has contributed building this amazing stadium, because it was incredible to witness not only the way they've done it, the atmosphere that they created. So as an ex-player and someone that supports this club, congratulations to all of them. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. We're good. Sam, have you got a final one on Palace? Did you have a question on Palace? Yeah, we're doing a couple. We'll do a couple of questions for Palace. Yeah, that's what I was trying to flag in the room. Should we do a couple for Palace? Yeah, 10:30 for. That's what I was saying to Matt. We do a couple for.